What is this?
I'm crawling
My
like a
limbs
rat.
feel
Quite tired.
heavy.
Only going to say it once more. Troll Toll, 4,000, go!
Can't you count, you bloody walrus? 3 guards and 3 headed slaves. Do you make cows pay toll too?
You fancy little titles don't mean a thing to the king. Paper head or find another route, chicken bones.
You know as well as I, there's no other route. I'm offering fair coin for our passage here. You must see reason.
4,000 gold, chicken bones.
Fine. Here's 3,000, and that's a bloody theft.
You fancy little titles don't mean a thing to the king. Paper head or find another route, chicken bones.
Oh, that's it. I'll not lose twice the gold for the fact that you've only half a brain.
Only going to say it once more. Troll Toll, 4,000, go!
Can't you count, you bloody walrus? 3 guards.
Hold on now, one whelp at a time. You'll pay your toll soon as I'm through knocking this loudmouth back in line. The fool thinks he can slip 6 warm bodies past Rumble for the price of 1, he does. Lousy bomb, may as well thieve from King Gungia's very coffers.
If I've said it once, I've said it more times than a troll can count. Warm bodies do not people make. We are 3 immaculates and 3 slaves, and I won't empty my pocket over chattel.
No need to insert ourselves where we don't belong. Good day, gentlemen.
Enough. I'll not let this idiot troll or his idiot king hinder the goddess's affairs a moment longer. In her name, I bid thee fight.
If I've not got any gold in my pouch, you'll not get any head on your shoulders. Rules are rules, chicken bones. If no one pays, everyone dies.
Flay the blubber from this fool. You'll make a king. Immaculates, flay the blubber from this fool. We can't make a candle from his second chin.
Sigurd by my right arm. Got my eyes on the prize.
The hen who shares her feed receives a greater second helping.
Sodden all the way to my boot soles. I feel like I've just had a long bath in a cold lake. Bloody floods! We can't pass through here.
Blast! And me without my swimming trunks.
A toxic tide washes over you.
How could that happen? My target dances in shadows! Water rain down!
Soaked to the skin!
smells like an infected foot, but we've cleared the last of the mushrooms.
I'm sure the bats won't mind. I've got my eyes on the prize.
What news? With pleasure, my savior. The wizard prepared a special hiding place for them. A cellar outside their home, concealed by a massive black boulder. First, though, you'll need a key. This you'll find within one of the wizard's beehives. Destroy the boulder, unlock the cellar door, and you'll find yourself face to face with those you seek. And now freedom. Freedom and sunlight. Freedom and fresh air. I'll never forget this kindness you've granted me, my friend. Not on my life. I bid thee the best of luck.
It seems we weren't the only prisoners to find passage in this tunnel, but it's like the sun after a long and frigid winter. We've lost so many in these terribly dark days, but you've even rescued our dear Nolan. Words cannot express our gratitude, dear hero. But perhaps something I overheard could be some compensation for your troubles. One of the orcish brutes mentioned that Grutilda is collecting quite the stash of loot. You can find the entrance to the cellar from her office in the tavern. Here, I'll show you. Thank you, our hero. Thank you and goodbye.
Sodden all the way to my boot soles.
Curses!
Of the Viper.
In the desert of faithlessness, only this can revive me.
My kingdom for a
It never
dry
rains,
shack!
but it pours, eh?
Two little eyes, all smashed to bits against the wood. Pity that.
Potent heat!
My, you're still alive. Way to beat the odds, Wanderer. Yeah. Well, don't go round angering Immaculates if you want to keep your vitals intact. Though perhaps it can't say I remember business these days.
Feeling hot under the collar?
They're keeping the peace for now. Chief's yours. Battle the tusk's yours to keep in the meantime.
Said it was me, Fox.
my sorrows with ale.
What are you doing?
I prefer to drown my sorrows with ale.
Brunhilde doesn't tell you a thing, does she? We're waiting to fight the final battle. The time is nearly nigh.
Seven's my lucky number, so I could do with a cold drink.
I'm warm as fresh apple pie.
From every kind. Get them before they turn to ash.
Finally, Jack of Hearts.
Fine. I'll open with 5 big ones.
What are you, a beggar?
Even the old man could arm us such useful relics. Sharing the plunder.
That you so enjoy about death.
Ace of Hearts.
Yeah, check. Go on.
Even the kind of gratitude. Get them before they turn to ash.
6 of clubs. Yeah.
Lady look me. All in.
Too rich for my blood. I fold.
Even Hermie could arm us such useful relics. Sharing the plunder.
Nice hand of cards,
Brunhilde
that one.
doesn't tell you a thing, does she? We're waiting to fight the final battle.
Even the old man could arm us such useful
I'm overheating
relics.
here.
Sharing the plunder.
I need to dry off.
All right, man, who's next?
Why don't you go yourself then? You already sent Odilin and he's been by the beard of the Bear Slayer. Another human face. You must hail from Silverglen. Fewer orcs that away, I've heard. This big green hunk of rot will clod me if I say more than nothing. Perhaps you better query him first.
Step aside, pig face.
Scissors! And what business is that of yours, pig face? You ain't no son of the All-Mother, or even a mountain rat like the brothers of Yark. Mine to worry about, so who's next? I suppose we've tried just about everything apart from fighting charms with more charms. Perhaps you'll be able to crack the bleeding thing, small bones. What would you like to know? Something the conduits asked for directly, you see. There's a key inside, a key to a source temple within the forest. The very temple the conduits attempted to crack at this very moment. They say the key's the only way in, but she's attempting to charm her way in while we look for the key here. Without the wizard's servants to show us the way in, though, it don't seem like we'll ever get through the damn doors. Can't say myself what exactly's inside, but the conduit seems ready to turn heaven and ground to get inside. It seems the wizard who lived here was quite familiar with the place. He kept what seems to be the only key, after all. Matilda seems to believe they're in a hidden cellar somewhere, but we haven't found a lick of a hint as to where the damn thing might be. They can't have escaped, that's all we know for certain. Shame the wizard's pretty little grapevines and beehives will wither without his team of helpers tending them. Perhaps, once we find and skin the buggers, that priestess can turn them into undead workers fast enough to save the garden and whip up some wine and mead.
Well, what's this I've spotted?
What's this? I found something.
This boredom is killing me so slowly. I wish it came with a knife.
God, this is takes a past.
Good cards, 3 shiny.
Back to me.
I could do with a cold drink.
Now for the flop. 2 o'clock. Queen of Diamonds.
A second life.
Finally.
A truce.
Ugh, I'm dripping.
It never rains, but it pours, eh?
I am bleeding no.
Is this one of them fancy scribble pages? Never did trust them myself.
Soaked to the skin.
It never rains, but it pours, eh?
This boulder looks strange. Unreal, even. This boulder looks strange. Unreal, even.
Bathed in rivers of renewal.
Who are you? Stay away from my family. They know nothing of the wizard. Take me.
Source Hunter? Lodian, the gods have answered our prayers. I can think of no more welcome deliverer from this predicament than one of your esteemed order. Seven bless us, and you too. Aye, we three laboured under Zandalor's employ. He was right decent to us, and it's thanks to him we managed to escape the brutes upstairs. Zandalor prepared this hidden place long ago. It's almost as though he knew, somehow, that this day would come. Or perhaps he knew only that the forces of evil would always pursue those of goodness and light. Many years ago, he told us that if ever we found ourselves in danger, we should flee to this cellar. Shut fast its door, he said, and mark the jam with a chalk pentangle. This will call forth the magic I have assigned for your protection. It seems our friend was true to his word. Zandalor is a brilliant man, even among wizards. Why he chose to settle in this sleepy little town, I can't say. But then again, he never did remain for long. Always dashing off to attend to some matter or other, our wizard. We cared for his home while he was away, and attended to him when he was in. We were quite fond of him, and I do believe he was rather fond of us too. It seems that when we triggered this cellar's defences, he knew straight away. Within a minute or so, a strange orb of light appeared before us. It grew sharper and sharper about the edges. I held out my hands to grasp it, and it fell, heavy as a pearl, in my hands. From the orb came Zandalor's voice, clear and strong, as though he were standing just before me. His voice was hurried, strained in a way I'd never heard before. Something unthinkable, that he was travelling through the Phantom Forest, that heart of horrors, and into the ancient Source Temple that rests within its cursed depths. He told us to wait for the White Witch, asked us to deliver a message, something important by the sound of it. We wrote it down, word for word, and will pass it along whenever it is she comes. I know little more than its name implies, but if a Temple of Source does indeed rest within that blighted forest, a greater evil I cannot imagine. Many is the year since ghoul or beast has ventured out of the defiled sanctuary of those woods, yet still we of the village dare not enter. Legend says that to set a single foot into the Phantom Forest is to invite death's grasp. It's a legend none wish to test. As you may know, this town was founded as the last bulwark against the Source monstrosities that reside within that terrible place. After the fall of Brachus Rex, the defeated darkness retreated to those woods, and haunted they have remained ever since. That ring! Ikara's blessing! Zandalor has the same. I'd recognize it anywhere. So the White Witch sent you, did she? I should have known she'd not sit idly by while the world turned topsy-turvy. Zandalor's message is as such. He's gone to the Source Temple in the Phantom Forest, and he wants her, or I suppose you, her messengers, to follow him there. In order to enter the forest, you'll need an amulet. He stored it in a small chest near his personal waypoint. Once you're inside the forest, you'll need to find the Forest Spirit. This spirit will give you the rune you need to enter the Source Temple. But first things first, if you want to get inside Zandalor's house, you'll need to use the portal in this very room. I've the crystal you need in order to activate it. Still, entering the house will be the least of your worries. Zandalor himself has called forth every manner of protection to discourage would-be intruders, and you will have to defeat them all in order to reach the bedroom. Now, the last thing he said doesn't make much sense to an outsider. Perhaps you or the witch will manage to make better sense of it. He said, and I quote, "She is coming. I only hope I can reach the temple first. If she finds the portal..." He didn't finish after that. "Before you go, perhaps we might impose on you. Well, A favor, you see. Source Hunter, we need a way out of this place. It's only a matter of time before the savages upstairs find us, and trying to leave through the village is as good as suicide. But Zandalor has his own means of travel, a waypoint shrine in his own chambers reserved for his personal use. If we could only get there, we'd be able to flee this place lickety-split. The only trouble is what I've already mentioned. The wizard's house is rigged from top to bottom. If you'll be disabling its defenses, we'll slip through without problem. Good luck, Source Hunter, and unimaginable thanks from me and mine.
Where am I? Is this real? I feel as though I've been living in a dream. I was bathing myself, as I've done a million times over, when suddenly a curious sensation came over me, as if my mind were no longer mine.
I am powerless to act.
My heart beats too slowly to sustain me. Sweet relief. Sweet relief.
killed me! I'm powerless to protect myself. What trickery is this? It vanished, and yet... It's a mirage. I can see the white light.
Treasure, treasure on the ground. Who's the grandest dame in town? What a horn-loving dog you are! I won't hear such nonsense. No, indeed. An orc isn't really a dame in any case, is it? Treasure, treasure on the ground. That carnivorous farmhand. I certainly think not. Treasure, treasure. I suppose if you're titillated by the brutalization of our beloved language, Nadia's the proper choice for you. Unfortunately, you've chosen wrong for any soul with half an ounce of sense. Treasure, treasure. I suppose if you're... Treasure, that treasure, treasure. What a horn-loving dog you are.
feel like I've been set in stone. Curses, I'm stuck. Look out, I see a trap nearby.
Friend, how can we help you? Oh, yes, let's! Have you cleared a path to Xandalor's shrine? We're so very eager to get... No? Well, we don't mind a bit of a wait. We've gotten right good at it, as a matter of fact. Not much to see.
Doesn't seem to work here. A scroll of revelation. There must be something of some value hidden here.
Treasure, treasure on the ground. Who's the grandest? That carnivorous farmhand. I said... Treasure, treasure. I suppose if you're titillated by the brutalization of our beloved language, Nadia's the proper choice for you. Unfortunately, you've chosen wrong for any soul with half an ounce of sense. Treasure, treasure on the ground. What?
Tears of winter upon me. house's defenses should be off now.
The family should be able to get through here without a hitch. We ought to tell them the coast is clear.
Our friend, how can we help you? Oh yes, let's! Have you cleared a path? Great gods above! That's fantastic news! I can nearly smell the fresh air already. Psst. Before we go, I might be able to offer you a little tip. When I was cleaning the wizard's guest rooms, I'd often hear him whisper Ikara to a locked chest in his chamber. I can't say for certain what's in there, but perhaps it will help you on your journey. Thank you for your aid, my hero.
Treasure, treasure on the ground. Aren't you a dear? What is it you like best about that lovely lady? The sweet cadence of her voice? Her fair grace? The whole package has impressed you, I do suppose. Well chosen indeed.
I feel like I've just had a long bath in a cold lake.
Potent heat!
Hey, you already checked beneath these boards?
Did someone leave an oven door open?
Oh, I'm dripping. Got the human, and it's itching like mad. It's all mother,
I'd prefer to drown my sorrows with ale.
Did someone leave an oven door open?
Right, you rascal.
My kingdom for a dry shirt!
Don't talk to the small bones, brother. It only makes eating them all the less pleasant later. Maybe for you.
You're looking
Me?
rather
I'd like to know a bit about my haggis.
Have you always been such a
Human haggis? Been too long, hasn't it, brother? It's your favourite old man now, and it won't be much longer yet.
The flab you have before they're snatched away from you.
Sit! 1, 2, whee! Yeah, new toys! But where's Mum? What she want me to do with you?
Something's wrong. This is the monster who killed all those villagers? This child? You want me to, but this can't be right. The orc, I remember, he was evil, a sadistic monster. This is... Oh, my head is spinning faster than a broken bumblebee. Let me get a good look at him.
Hello. I remember you. We used to be friends, didn't we? Yeah, we were great friends. We played all the livelong night, and I made pretty red ribbons up and down and up your face. Where'd your ribbons go? Do you want I should give you some more?
This isn't right. I'm gonna be sick.
It's all right, Medora. We're here together. No harm will come to you.
Sorry, pretty toy. Oh, please don't shout. Oh, Mum will be awfully cross if I make a ruckus. Mum! Oh, the best mum in the whole wide world. Usually, orcs like me, well, scramble-headed, me brothers call me, are killed right away. But Mum says she took one look at me and knew I'd be the best warrior in the world. She brings me lots of toys and friends, and she showed me all the best games to play. At first, I didn't like how the toys would holler and cry when I'd make ribbons on them or play eyeball pop. But Mum taught me that that's how they show they're happy. First, they scream for joy, and then they take a long, long nap.
Grutilda.
Yeah, that's my mum's name. Did you meet her? Did she want us to play together?
Comrades, my mind's racing and my heart's going like a snare drum. To be here, face to face with my greatest enemy and to find that he's not at all like the villain I'd worked up in my mind. It's unimaginable. I've hated him with every drop of blood in these veins. Hated him till my entire being screamed for revenge. But now I find he's as simple as a child. Maybe he even thought all the cruelty, the death he inflicted was a game. And all around us, more victims. And years stretching behind us, and years stretching ahead of us. More dead bodies, tortured and wrung by his hands. But you, comrade, time and again you show me the valor inherent of forgiveness. You face the impossibly cruel or weak, and you offer them a second chance. Still, I cannot forgive this monster. He may well be confused, and he may have been mistaught, but that won't stop him from killing again. Ho, comrade, in the name of the Order of the Sauce Hunters, I ask you to lay down forgiveness and to join me now. To arms!
Are you mad at me? Oh, I'm sorry. Whatever it was, I'll not do it again. I promise.
You were right there!
They didn't spare a soul.
None that couldn't serve them whiskey, anyway. Toasty!
I've got my eye!
Right away, my good man.
Don't talk to the small bones, brother. It only makes eating them all the less pleasant later. You see that? I could have sworn that rat just winked at me.
Human haggis. Been too long, hasn't it, brother?
You're just that handsome, are you?
Goodness. Is supper already upon us? The deer has certainly earned his It would do you well not to cross me, whelp. For if I the deer has it would do you well have had the is dangerous.
I've got my eye on you.
I'm drenched!
Don't talk to the small bones, brother. It only makes eating them all this present later.
All they turn to ash. Me, I'd like to know a bit about my haggis.
Human haggis. Been too long, hasn't it, brother?
Keep your faith in the old motherfucker. Okay, very kind. Get them before they turn to ash.
Shut your mouth and go get us some wine.
Vermin could harbour such useful relics. There in the plunder.
More barrels to be found yet.
Vermin could harbour such useful relics. There in the plunder.
Source Hunter, you stand at the very doorstep of dreaded Phantom Forest, and before you enter these woods, I need to tell you something. Something about me and Cassandra. The first thing you should know, my friend, is that I am not a human. I am in fact a true cat. At least, such was my start in life. I will tell you all, and all begins with Cassandra. Her tale is not a happy one. She was kept like a prisoner in her brother Brachus's castle. Locked up, alone in a tower like some fairy tale princess. One day, though, I came along. A young little tomcat that climbed up the branches of a tree, reaching her window. She was kind to me, fed me well and petted me to my heart's content. But her loneliness drove her to do more. She was a sorceress, you see, and with her magic gave me human consciousness and a voice to give it expression. We talked the days away, content to know one another, but once more, her loneliness drove her further. One morning I woke, and to my horror, yes, horror, I was a man. A cat no longer. Don't worry, she assured me. You can be your own self still, but here with me, a man you must be. Despite my confusion and apprehension, I admit it didn't take long for me to enjoy the newfound pleasures of a newfound existence. I loved her truly, loved her deeply. But then her brother took her, and when she returned, she was a lich, twisted and vile. In terror, I recalled, fled our tower, and was soon discovered by Brachus's sentinels. They dragged me to the Mad King. So enraged was he to discover she had loved another that he feasted all his wrath upon me. all that is sweet and good in life ceased for many long years. Yet, despite it all, I loved Cassandra still, remembering the woman that was. So when the Source Hunters came, I wasn't simply liberated like I told you. No. I searched for Cassandra and, knowing she'd be executed on the spot, helped her make her escape. I, Hunter. I helped a sorceress Lich escape. And that is the very reason I'm divulging all this. To warn you that she is here. Yes, it is true. Cassandra is the phantom that gives Phantom Forest its name. I fear that will indeed be inevitable. This is her forest now. She its queen. No trespass remains without consequence, and I have no clue how her mind twists and turns after all these years. Human yet, or horror only. Humanity. Oh, how I hope, imperfect though it may be, that a glimpse of humanity may still lie buried beneath the Lich Cassandra is today. Be that as it may, stand warned that she possesses phenomenal powers, and that she is impervious to the sting of sword or sorcery. I haven't laid eyes on Cassandra in many ages, Hunter, and I fear for what you may find. Fear for what I may find.
What a tale that was. A cat turned human, soon swept into all kinds of misery for all his troubles. Agreed. Perhaps one day he'll love again, and see there is value to be found in being human after all.
Zandalor's amulet is protecting me. The spectral taint has no effect. Spectre's taint. It seems only the area directly around the bridge is haunted.